And Jimbo, man. Welcome back. I feel like it's been a while, hasn't it? Been out doing things, having fun in the sun. We've actually been having a little bit of good weather here and there. But today, in the mail, I got a package, a special package full of some things possibly for me, some things for other people. A whole lot of bark rivers. And the first one that I want to talk about, we're not even going to mess around with opening up a box and, getting the tape and all that, messing around. We're hopping straight to the knives today because I've got too much to go over. I've got too much to talk about. This is the Bark River Little Creek, if you haven't already figured that out from the description and video title. It's in A2 steel, and this one has the Ghost Jade green, or just like kind of natural G10, and I think it looks really cool. It also has blue liners, so when you from this angle, at least for me, it's looking see-through basically. You see the pins, but then when I go like this, and this is without light on it for me, but oh yeah, I can see also with the sunlight shining through it, you could see those blue liners through there. Really cool. So that's awesome, first of all. Andrew, the guy who I bought this off, I bought all three knives that I'm going to feature today off of this same guy. They came in a package. Gave me a great deal. Really appreciate it, dude. You guys, I keep telling you, got to get on Blade Forums and check out. It just be, checking out what's going on. But anyway, Andrew left on this lanyard for me. He didn't have the box for this one, but it did come with this pocket sheath. Comes with this little guy right here. Looks very nice. Here's the Little Creek next to another very popular small EDC Bark River called the Ultralight Bushcrafter, also known as the ULB. As you can see, it's smaller, much smaller. The Little Creek is only, in total, 5 3/4 inches long. So it has a 2 5/8 inch blade and a 2 3/8 inch cutting blade. So that's just 1/4 of an inch basically, right here for this end of this choil. And I gotta say, this thing is pretty geniusly designed, because I've said it multiple times on the channel. I have medium to large size hands, and on this little tiny thing, it's only 5 3/4 inches for the whole thing. I can get all 4 fingers on here. Would you want to use it like this? Probably not. Can you get that pinky on there? You sure can, and I'm not fearing that I'm going to cut my finger here. But I feel like where this knife really excels is getting a great 3-finger grip on here, and then as you see, having some kind of lanyard out here. I personally do these guys, which are nice, thick, beefy dudes right on the end here. I'll pull out the ULB, because we'll be looking at that for a second. That you can really just like kind of wrap your whole finger around and put that there for some good leverage. But pretty funny, although this is a much smaller knife, the blade stock is much thicker. This Ultralight Bushcrafter features a 0.090, so 90 thousandths thickness, and this one is all the way up at 0.145, so 145 thousandths thickness. As Mike says in the video, you can really choke up on this thing, and it feels substantial compared to some of the other knives in this shorter than 3-inch blade category. I'd say I like this one a lot more than the other ones that I've handled. Another one that I could think of that I had that I really did not like, just checking the minute time, that I didn't really like was the Bark River Mini Canadian. That one features the same, it's actually got even a bigger handle, so you can really get all 4 fingers on there. It's got all 4 finger grooves, but it has a slightly smaller blade, and even though it's bigger like that, the blade stock on it's just smaller, and I just felt like it was just the blade was too small to be useful for me. Maybe back then I didn't know about, you know, kind of choking back on a smaller blade and all that, but the thickness of it, it just wasn't as robust as this little guy. So I gotta say, I think this is a really cool knife. Not sure if I'm gonna keep it yet. Gotta think about it, you know? I'm gonna cut this thing off, put on one of my orange guys. I've got a whole ton of that to do it with. You know, this would obviously become an EDC blade because of its size and utility and all that kind of stuff. Oh, how could I forget to grab the Adventurer? Ugh. Back on my table of, you know, stuff ready to go. It wasn't even with the rest of my Bark Rivers. So we can look at this inside the sheath too, just to compare how big these packages really are. And I should know how big the Adventurer is off the top of my head. That's kind of like silly that I don't. If you can see, surprisingly, these sheaths are just about the same size. So in terms of pocket carry in these two, you could very easily do both of them away. Now, here's the difference, right? Without this, I mean, even with the lanyard, this is disappearing. Little Creek, gonzo. So discreet in here. Pull out the Sabenza. Hey, you like me now? Anyway, sorry. And then, you know, say you don't have all this on. Say, forget about this. You know, that's not so conspicuous. And mind you, these are just some like whatever jeans. The pocket is very small on here. These aren't like work pants or anything. But you know, I'm dressed up kind of nice because I got my lady coming over later, if you know what I mean. But anyway, getting back to the knives. I gotta say, this is impressively cool. Let's compare. You know, obviously, I'm just stuffing a bunch of knives in here. Oh, and I want to make a little shout out real quick as I'm talking. Over on Survival Outdoors, oh god, I really hope that's his thing. Leon, dude, makes some awesome knife review videos and like tips on how to care for sheaths and all that kind of stuff. And he commented back on his video, on my comment after this, and I just want to say thank you, Leon. If you ever see this, the sheath came out awesome because of your technique. You guys should go check that out. I'll link to it in the description. But anyway, let's slide this bad boy in here too. So what do we got here? Interestingly, while the overall lengths of these two knives seem to be similar. So if you're looking for a pocket carry sheath that could, a pocket carry knife that in its original sheath can just automatically, instantly be thrown into any pocket. We're talking your skinny jeans, you know, your Levi 511s. This is your ticket, man. This is a really robust, cool knife. I'm a fan. I'm a super fan of it. I didn't know what I was going to think until I got it in the hand. As Mike Stewart says in his video, let me pull you guys back up here. In Mike Stewart's video for the Little Creek for Bark River, he says that this is the type of blade that he likes to make as his third blade in a bushcrafting set. You know, so you'd have like something like this, or you'd have something like the ultralight bushcrafter, and then you'd have a larger knife, like a real working knife, like a Aurora 2, a full-size bushcrafter, a full-size bushcrafter 2, maybe a Gunny Scandi, maybe something like that, and then you'd have obviously probably a larger wood processing thing for doing some chopping, batoning, if you're into that sort of thing. I am. Like the Bark River Grizzly. I don't have mine out here, but so yeah, you know, the Little Creek or ultralight bushcrafter, both of these make great options. Just, you know, before I let you guys go on this first video and move on to the next one, I'm just gonna put this next to another knife that my only other A2 knife, my canoe. And this is another one that I EDC sometimes. Obviously not in the pocket. This is one that I throw on the belt, but just imagine which one's easier. And it's pretty funny. I can get the same... no. I mean, realistically, if I want to like have the same looseness, you're getting the pinky off. Let's just be real about it. But it feels so secure and nice, especially with a lanyard. So, guys, Little Creek seems to be a winner to me. I highly recommend it. I'm sure you can find one for a good price on the Bark River group, or Troll Blade forums or something, Reddit, whatever it is, Facebook groups. You know the drill. Or just go on a retailer, DLT, Knife Ship Free. Check them out because they've got a bunch in stock. So anyway, it's first 1 out of 3 videos. Stay tuned. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you like and subscribe and check out more Jimbo TV. See you soon.